Well, hello everyone, welcome to Hungary for round 11 of Season 2 of my F1 2012 career. I am LoveSpuds, and this is my qualifying lap. And as you can see, my objective is to finish first, and my qualifying objective was to finish 6th or above, and as you can see, I've met that already. I went for another lap because I believed I could actually challenge for the pole, and I believe it was worth using the tyres again, even if it may come as a detrimental effect during the race. But I believe I should be alright. So at least we've got some times to compare it to this time. Let's see what we can do in the first sector. 7/10 up on Hamilton's time, but I'm usually quite quick in the first sector. It's the second sector that I'm not very good at on this track, and then the third I pick up again in the third sector. But let's see how much time we can hold on to. Trouble is, I can't always get the right line going for here. It's a bit dodgy, my driving through this bit. But sometimes I get it right, and today isn't one of those days. But let's see what we got in the second sector. So we're 3/10 slower than Hamilton through that bit. Well, overall, should I say, on the pole time. But this third sector I can claw back some time. Hopefully it'll be 3/10 or more. No, I just noticed Vettel's in 7th. That's quite unusual. Usually he's outside the top 10 at the moment. But let's go across the line. Oh, and it's just good enough for second. About a 10th away. 12,000th of a second ahead of Fernando Alonso. Roundabouts. But Lewis actually did set a slightly faster time afterwards. Just to wind me up a little bit. So Schumacher finished, qualified in 6th. I keep saying finished, but yeah, he qualified in 6th. That's good to see. Two McLarens threatening as ever. Alonso trying to get in the mix, and Pastor Maldonado rounding up the top 10. So dry start. Let's hope the rain stays away. It's predicted as being a bit changeable. So yeah, as we start the race, I'm going to squeeze Hamilton in a bit, put him under a bit of pressure, try and get him out of the way before the first corner. Braked a little bit late, but it's okay. No one was threatening me, but I've got two McLarens behind me now. But I have got the lead, which is the main thing. See if I can build up a bit of a gap. So yeah, there we go, 1.1 seconds so far. But the opening lap is always a slow lap for the AI. All you can do as the player is just capitalise as much as you can, and I totally mess up that chicane. I hate that chicane sometimes, especially in the wet, as it's a very slippery part of the track. So the testing in Jerez has ended yesterday. 4 days of testing. Next test in Barcelona. And Kimi Raikkonen finished on top of the timesheets. Well, timings are kind of irrelevant really, considering all the different tyres and fuel loads and setups everyone's running. No one's out there to actually be the fastest, even though the drivers love to do it. Oh, looking back at this though, I'm in first. We've got two McLarens behind me, and Schumacher's made it up to 4th. So, top 4 places occupied by Mercedes-powered engines. I'm sure the constructor of the engines is very happy with this result so far, seeing as it's got the top 2 teams on McLaren and Mercedes. McLaren putting up a really strong fight this season. And there's news I didn't want to hear. It's actually starting to rain. Typical. I wonder if it's actually going to ruin me this time. Depends how heavy the rain is going to be, or how silly the grip levels are going to get. But I don't do too bad on this circuit. There are just a few sections of this track that are extremely slippery for some reason, which really annoy me. But unfortunately I haven't managed to create any sort of gap between me and Hamilton, who's right up the backside pretty much, about a quarter of a second behind. And that's to be expected. Hamilton is leading the championship at the moment. We need to find a way of catching up to him, so I've got no choice but to start winning races on a regular basis. Which is easier said than done, considering my driving style most of the time. But yeah, what else happened in Jerez yesterday? Or Friday, should I say? Because this is going up on Sunday, which is tomorrow. Can't record anything tomorrow, I'm kind of busy, I think. But yeah. 6/10 behind me. I think you can probably see little drops of rain on the screen. There we go. I think you can just see some there. It's raining in like definitely in sector 2 here, which is the most annoying part of the track for me. So that definitely doesn't help. But yeah, strange thing happened to the Ferrari on Friday though. It actually caught fire, which is something you don't really see the Ferrari do. It's a little bit worrying, but that's what testing's for. You can identify the weak points and fix them and have them ready for the first race. But of all the cars to catch on fire, I wasn't expecting a Ferrari to catch on fire with Petro de la Rosa driving it. Maybe it's a small curse from his HRT days, but yeah. Ferrari looking okay, as I said in the last video. Not much else to say really about that one. They had to delay testing for about 45 minutes or so on at near the end of the session, so they extended it because of a loose drain, I think, or a loose curb, something to that effect, and they put some quick drying concrete in to plug the gap. And not actually long before that, they were saying they'd have to find another testing venue next year if the track wasn't resurfaced. And if there was a point to be proven about finding another track, it was the fact that it's bits of Jerez are falling apart. So luckily it didn't cause anyone any problems. I just don't think so anyway. You definitely don't want bits of rock or tarmac all over the track, do you? That could get kind of dangerous if it was hooked up by a car and like catapulted out the back somehow into the face of another driver. I mean, things like that could happen. I mean, you do have freak accidents, that's for sure. Look at what happened to Massa in Hungary in 2009, when a stray piece of Barrichello's car came off a stray spring and actually struck Massa in the head. Of all the places on the circuit it could have been at that time, he had to be there. That was extremely unlucky. He ended up being out for the rest of the season, I believe, and came back for 2010. Yeah, he did. He made a very good recovery, which is good to see. A few inches to the left or further down, and that could have gone straight through his visor. And that would not have been pretty sight. But it all worked out in the end. Everyone's happy, everyone's alive and well. As the rain is starting to get slightly worse. It's not actually pouring down that much, so I don't think I'm going to need full wets. I think I'm going to put up the option for going on to intermediates in a minute. Yeah, there we go. So next time I come to the pits I should be on intermediates unless the weather gets better. Michael stopped. Schumacher is out of the race. Oh my god. I forgot, I actually did genuinely forget about that. I know what else happens in the race, but I forgot Michael dropped out of the race. I think it's a problem with his brakes. The engineer might say it in a bit, but yeah, Michael's definitely out of the race, and that's a bit of a blow to the constructors, especially with the two McLarens behind me in second and third. Alonso's back up to fourth now. Never discount Alonso, he's always a threat. So where are we? Lap 6. I've got a little spud train behind me. That's to be expected, especially in the these weird conditions where the grip is a little bit off. As most of you well know, I don't do well in wet conditions. I have more trouble keeping it on the track than being fast. Well, obviously I can be fast in the straight line because it doesn't involve going around corners. But I'm quite surprised I managed to hold on to first position so far. Don't suppose I will be for long, considering all those cars behind me. Gotta be so careful going around that corner. That corner I just went round there, that is a notoriously slippy corner, which will only get worse as the rain continues. So apparently I've got a pit in this lap. I think I'm going to stay out, see how far I can take these tyres, because the AI haven't pitted in. Usually when they pit in, it's an indicator of the tyres needing a change to intermediates, but they haven't done so far, so I'm going to have to stay out and stay out in front, because if I switch to intermediates too early, I'm going to lose so much time and I'm going to have no hope of winning the race. And apparently Codemaster's saying, whoa! Codemaster's saying that they, well, I don't know if they actually said this, but apparently they weren't supposed to all pit at the same time. They make different decisions for different cars. But I know different, and surely some of you guys know as well when you play the game. I don't know if it's different in other people's games across different consoles, like if it's different on PC. As Alonso goes past me. Damn it. But definitely on my game, the AI always pit at the same time. Without fail, basically. But yeah. I wonder what they're going to do for F1 2013. I wonder if there's actually going to be any more new pointless modes to do. While I enjoyed the Champions mode, it was kind of unnecessary. Because I had the same difficulty settings as on there as I do on here, and those difficulty settings were far easier. Those Champions mode challenges were actually pretty easy compared to all the career mode stuff, which is quite surprising. I thought I was kind of expecting more of a challenge to get the gold medals, but no. So I kind of think that's a bit pointless. I'd rather they kept the practice sessions rather than having one P3 practice session to find out what setup you're going to run. Now, I know it doesn't affect me that much because I'm not good at setting up the car, but for other people you need 3 practice sessions, especially if you've got tyre wear on, because otherwise all you could do is keep restarting the practice session, and that's not really that immersive, is it? Whoop, very slippery going into the pit lane here. Just gonna flick my tyre choice back onto prime, because weather conditions are improving, so I very much doubt I'm going to need intermediates anytime soon. So I'm going to put on the prime tyres, considering that I have to use both dry compounds, because it's still classified as a dry race.
You have no more scheduled pit stops, so look after your tyres.
And the age-old problem of coming out too fast into that first corner and losing a bit of time to Button and Alonso up front. But let's see if I can buck the trend and actually catch up and pass these guys. I know in past videos I haven't really done very well in coming up behind people and catching up to them. Well, hopefully Alonso, being slightly slower than the McLarens, will hold him up a little bit. So actually that might help me out a little bit, especially with my weird tyre wear. I don't think the tyre wear will actually be too bad if the track temperature is actually taken into effect, which I honestly don't know if it is or not. But yeah, we're halfway through the race. Still a little fair way to go yet, so I wouldn't count my chickens just yet.
The car behind has just fitted a set of prime tyres. Prime tyres.
Just gonna get out ahead of Raikkonen. Yeah, Raikkonen that was. Just gonna get out ahead of him. I just actually noticed that there's 21 cars now left in the field. Lost a couple more. Wait a minute. Wait a damn minute. Where the hell is Hamilton? Could it be true? Has he actually dropped out of the race? That would make things very interesting. If I was to finish first or second. Because that would probably take me within a couple of points of him. And Button would be up there as well, so it'd be almost like a three-way fight halfway through the season. Or just over halfway. I'm trying to get as many of these videos done as I can before the end of February. Because if I'm to stay on track to do 5 seasons, I'm going to need to pick up the pace a little bit. I need to try and finish Season 2 by around about the end of February, or the first couple of days of March.
We think the car behind is running on full revs. He's trying to close the gap.
Because I've worked out that the amount of seasons I need to do, three more seasons, I need to do a season every 2 months at the very minimum. Otherwise I'm going to end up clashing with the next release, which I assume will be out towards the end of September, where obviously I'll be getting on that and starting everything all over again. Now, depending on my real life situation in terms of what I'm doing with my job and just my life in general, if things change and I suddenly can't do as many videos as I like, that would be unfortunate. But unfortunately there's nothing I can do about it, because I'm at that age now that school is long behind me and I've got to be a grown-up with my job and all my life and career and all that stuff. So hopefully I can get these 5 seasons done, but as far as the future is concerned, I do not know what's going to happen. Just a little heads up in case things change over the next couple of years or so. But obviously I'd want to carry on doing as many videos as I can. It's something I love doing, so I shall hopefully always make time for it. I know my uploads have been kind of erratic at times, that's it's just unfortunately how it is.
Report that suggests the rain will stop in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Rain will apparently stop in 5 minutes. Still dripping a little bit, but at least the grip is actually picking up, as you might be able to tell from how fast I'm going around the corners. Which also means I'm catching button up as well. But yeah, back on what I was saying, I was trying to get these F1 videos out every other day, pretty much, and then on the days between that I've got a couple of more uploads to do to Atomic Nerd, which I'm doing Euro Truck Simulator and a couple of other things if I feel like it. But that's not a requirement, I just do them now and then. It's more of a part-time thing. They're not like, it's not like Phaser was when I was being a director for them for a couple of videos. It's just what we started up before we went our own separate ways on our channel, and it's more of a collective thing between me and a couple of mates. So if you're interested, you can go over to Atomic Nerd Films is our username, and check out some of the videos on there if you so wish. But obviously I'm focusing more on my own channel, as is Alex, who has exploded in subscribers recently. He's flown past 700. He's well on his way to 1,000, I expect. I expect he'll get 1,000 by at least June or something. So really proud of him for that. I'm also going to finish my Assassin's Creed 3 when I can. I've been doing a lot of recording for F1 recently, so that's sort of taken a back seat, which is why, for the 1 or 2 people who are watching it, there hasn't been any videos recently, or at least in the past month or 2 actually. But I don't like unfinished games on my channel. That's one of my pet hates on anyone's channel, to be honest. I sort of understand if they're not really into the game anymore, but yeah, I'd like to finish that off, get that one out of the way, and then I don't know. I'll pick up something else to play. I don't know what I would do. Considering doing a small playthrough of Race 07, well, kind of one season at least of the World Touring Car Championship, because that's quite a fun game. Might do one season of that or something, just for a bit of variety. And then I might chop it up a little bit, maybe do something a little bit different. Don't know what yet. Obviously this is a multi-gaming channel, even though there's practically only one game on here at the moment. But it's the game that I love, it's the sport that I love, so I'm sure you guys aren't really complaining that much. At least I hope not anyway. And of course, if you have any constructive criticism or anything that you want to talk to me or tell me about regarding my videos or the sport in general, then feel free to message me or comment on the videos. I mean, I don't mind at all. And bear in mind I say constructive criticism. Anything stupid will just be ignored, of course. Now, here we go. See, we can take the lead. Unfortunately, the way the AI is programmed, he went straight into the back of Alonso rather than trying to overtake him, which is a dumb part of this the Codemasters AI that I would like to see fixed sooner rather than later. But we have actually managed to catch up, as you have been watching, while I've been dribbling on with some sort of random waffle. And we have retaken the lead after that sort of disastrous middle section with the wet weather. But luckily it has dried up a bit, and now I can pick up some pace. Alonso is still in the way of Button, which is quite nice, and they've also got past that back marker. So I should be able to make up a little bit of time here, create a little bit of a gap. As Perez sets the fastest lap, 125.4. I'm not actually too far off that. 1:26.0 at the minute. I'm sort of around that time again. Alonso has got past Charles Peak and is actually on the attack again because he's 2/10 behind me. Those little arrows there signifying that he's right on top of me practically. Gotta be careful. Some parts of the track are actually slightly slippery still. Which is quite deceptive because I can't see any damp patches whatsoever. Or maybe there was. I don't know. I'm just not paying attention at the minute. Just concentrating on the gaps to the cars behind and sort of looking at my driving, trying to analyse it a little bit. It's nice watching it back and doing the post-commentary as well because I can see where I'm going wrong, sort of. I mean, I do try and rectify it all the time. I do try and practice. But there's parts in the video and parts of my driving think, yeah, I could have taken that better. I could have braked a bit later. I could have done that. Hit that apex a lot tighter. But yeah, it's always nice to watch myself back, see where I can improve. It's a shame I'm not quite good enough for Legend yet, but I'll see what happens when I get into the top tier teams like McLaren and Ferrari. See what my pace is like then. I mean, if I'm going to end up doing a whitewash of everyone, maybe I will switch out to Legend. But unfortunately, definitely not for the rest of this season. But I have to just keep re-evaluating my pace because I don't want to make it too easy, or I don't want to make it too hard either. Because otherwise, I'm never going to win that championship. As I pass Kovalainen, who hopefully should get in the way, but I don't think he has. Button made his way past Alonso not so long ago, so I should be under a little bit of pressure soon. Hopefully I can hold on to this for another victory. Oh, as soon as I say that. Oh, that's a bit dodgy. Oh no! Why did I say it? I mean, I knew it was going to happen, but he's got past me. Now I've got a lap and a half to overtake him again, and I've already let him build up a gap, which is seriously annoying. Especially in that second sector where I'm not really that strong as well. Damn, that's irritating. And that poxy thing where Codemasters decide to slow you down when you go off the track slightly. So annoying. But yeah, now I've got one lap to catch and pass Button, which is easier said than done. Just need to defend my place from Alonso now. Pretty much 2.6 seconds ahead, so I'm not going to get DRS on him at all. No way. As he sets the fastest lap, which is round about 4/10 faster than mine. You can see where this one's going. But I should be able to hold on to second place. It's not too much of an issue for me. It's a good job it's not Hamilton behind me, because otherwise probably would have passed me already and be up there fighting with Button for the win. And the bloody DRS isn't working again, so even if I did have DRS on this last bit of the track, which there isn't a DRS zone anyway, it wouldn't be working. Fantastic. That's actually 2 races in a row it's failed, so that's not very helpful. But it's been towards the end of the race, which doesn't make a difference whatsoever. I haven't exactly needed it, that's for sure. So just coming around the final corners now, a lot more grip here now. It's not as slippery as it was a few laps ago. Coming around the corner to take that second place on the podium. As Jensen Button wins. So yeah, it could have been better, but it was a fair race. I'm quite happy I finished on the podium, considering that there was a bit of rain. But there we go, there's the final results, and Hamilton is nowhere to be seen, which I'm quite happy about. Grosjean finished 4th, which is good for them, and Lotus have 4 and 5, which is pretty good. Mark Webber and Red Bull. Vettel falling down the order as usual. He is really bad this year. Down to 15th, he actually started up in 7th. That's terrible. But HRT have managed to make it up to 16th from back of the grid. But look at that. Pastor Maldonado, Lewis Hamilton and Schumacher all did not finish, so it's going to shake the championship up a bit. Make things very, very interesting, as you can see. Still third, but 9 points separate the top 3. It's all to play for. Jenson Button is 5 points behind. No. Jenson Button has taken the lead, should I say. Lewis is actually 5 points behind now. And in my sights. Schumacher still down 5th there. He's not catching up Alonso anytime soon, unless he starts winning another race or two. But yeah, it's looking good. There's always hope for me to win this title, even though I wasn't quite expecting to do it this year. It's going to be an interesting fight in the second half of the season. I wonder who will come out on top in Spa, which is the next one coming up soon, probably in a few days or so. And Constructors' Championship, McLaren 333, sorry, 57 points ahead of us. Mercedes looks like they're starting to run away with the constructors, but the drivers is all to play for. And HRT have actually managed to make it all the way up to 10th, with Caterham in 9th. So the back marker is actually mixing it up with the midfield team there, as Button celebrates in the background. Anyway, join me next time for round 12 in Belgium, legendary Spa-Francorchamps circuit. See you then.